So, good morning all. It's Sunday morning. It's probably just after 9 o'clock in the UK. Here it's just coming up to about 10:30, I think. Temperatures today here in sunny Spain, even though from what you can see behind me it looks clear, but it is cloudy this direction. I think it's going to be sort of cloudy, sunny all day. Anyway, temperatures today will be 35 in the shade. I'm in the pool at the moment. Now my faithful duck, I was just going to get my duck because it's floated off. So the duck today is saying, because I don't know why it's actually, I don't know if you can see that. I think you might be able to see that now. It says it's 28, which is same as yesterday as Mike, my pool man, said it's 28. I'm going to send it off down that direction. It's nice to let the duck come down. Phil's in now, Flat Cats is in, good to see you. Neil's in as well, top people. Well done for coming in Sunday morning. I've been out already from a walk. I've had a cup of coffee with the dog people. And I've had my breakfast. I'll come down in the pool. I've done my 10 laps. I've done my exercise. Morning, mate. Steve, Dean, your top people for popping in. Yeah, so I've already done my exercises. I think when I finish this, I'll do another quick couple of laps without the floaty thing. The floaty thing just to keep me stable really, but I'm getting a bit more better. And the only thing I've noticed when I'm doing the exercises, it seems to be the step ups. Obviously you can feel it's working, but it does feel a little bit painful. So as they always say, bit of pain, bit of gain, I think. Is that the saying? Angela's popped in, top lady, good morning. It's a lovely day. The sun's coming out now a bit more, so this pool will probably warm up to about 30. The reason why I'm going in the mornings, just me's popped in as well, top man. The reason I'm going this time in the mornings because my handrail, because it's made of metal, it gets so hot. So coming in now is a great time. Some people say that the water is too hot, it's like I'm going in a bath, but it's just great for me. Noggin without the pain, says Dean. John, Jazz, there was somebody else, I missed it. Yes, it's all happening. Determined to throw away that stick, but I'm not ready for the stick yet. I still find the walking stick thing, the support stick, you know, it's got the arm thing on it, still great. I'm not ready for my own walking stick yet, but it's getting there. July, no, just enjoy your, yes, that's very true, Annika, thank you very much. Top lady, Dane. No gain without pain. That's it. That's why I got it back to front, didn't I? So today is Sunday, and I always try and keep the weekends like free. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not doing nothing in the week anyway, but I try and make Saturdays and Sundays like a weekend of doing nothing. Even though I don't do nothing anyway. Clive was popped in. Do you hang on the side and kick your legs? I'll be honest. I don't do that yet. I mean, I do swim on my back better than I do on my front, but I'm not ready for the swimming mode yet. I'll probably do that in a week's time. Yeah, I'm not ready for kicking my legs out yet. The surgeon, when I saw him last, said to me, get on me all fours and kick my leg out. I can't do that. I can't get on my... It's not I can't get onto my knees. It's just I can't get back up again. Unless I get a load of, you know, a couple of people to pull me back up. What I have noticed with this hip operation, I'm walking up the steps, I know I'm using a stick, but I'm finding the leg that they fixed, I'm not jealous. I know you'll be getting a bit of bad weather later, haven't you? I find going up the steps seems to be a lot easier, which is good, because it was always an effort going up the steps, especially with my left leg. So that's working. So yeah, it's all coming on. But as for going out like I used to do, exploring and doing things, there's been a couple of videos coming in the next week or so. Flying the longshore. Yes, I said, well done, Bernie from Oz. Bit early in the morning for you guys, I think. I think it's probably, or maybe it's the evening now in Australia. Yeah, coming along fine, which is good, because one of the things I didn't want to happen is come out and then feel a lot worse, and things are not happening. So I'm moving about, but I find if I move about, it just it's all good, isn't it? So you just have to put up me moving about. But if you noticed, I haven't got my gimbal, but I've got it resting on my towel at the moment, so you won't be representing England in the Olympics now. I can safely say I'll be useless at anything to do with Olympic stuff. No, I can't even imagine, unless it's I'm getting seasick, as Annika. Sorry about that. Chris and Lillian have popped in. A bit like, no problems, guys. Now, what you will notice, I'm going over for 5 minutes now. I thought what I'd do at the moment, no doubt that would change as well. I'm not sticking to my 5 minutes now. I'm just going to keep babbling, because some people did say before, Sean, the 10 minutes, of 10 minutes, the 5 minutes is not long enough. So I thought I'd go as long as I can before I get fed up. Is you're moving about in the pool your own version of, yes, of course it is, Pierre. I think that's Pierre, isn't it? The only thing is, when the comments do come up, they don't hang about on the old phone. They just come up in like a couple of seconds. And of course, I got water on my lenses, so I do find, but thankfully, what I've done also, if you noticed, the sun's in that direction. I'm looking into the sun a bit, so it's a little bit dark. But I know if I put the phone over there, the screen's just going to go dark, and I won't be able to read nothing until later on. What is good about it is, once I finish the vlog later on in the day, when I update the thumbnail, I always have a quick check through all the comments, which is, you know, I most appreciate, guys, because I know it's not easy texting. You know, it takes a bit of time, especially me. You're waffling as much as you can. Yes, of course I'm waffling, Paul. I mean, do you want me just to stand there like this? No, the screen hasn't frozen. I'll just... I can't. I find if I don't talk, it just, to me, it's just boring, isn't it? If I just stand, I know I'm gabbling on about a load of nothing. Anyway, what I can tell you, the weather for next week here in Spain, well, in this part of the world, so I'm talking about the Mazarrón. The Mazarrón, well done, Dean. What I'm keep waffling. Yeah, the weather next week in Mazarrón area is looking good. Looks like whole week is sunny. Now, what I have found, when it says it's going to be sunny, it usually starts off in the morning, a bit like it is at the moment. You can see a couple of clouds up there, can't you? There's a load of clouds behind over there. And then by midday, the clouds are clear. It's a lovely sunny day. And it looks like the temperatures sort of midweek are going up to 38, 39. Now, there was a whiff of thunder. That's gone again. Now, that will probably happen when you check these weather apps. You know, one day it's going to be fantastic. And to be honest, now, this time of year, it will be. The temperature is going to whack up now. Evening here. Bernie's saying, I'm over there. Well done, Bernie. So, good evening to you, sir. It always fascinates me when you've got other people from other parts of the world, the time factor. I know some people, it's early morning. I think Rob, who comes in the US, he's really early for him. Are you able to walk? No. Unfortunately, poor old Bonnie, Mum takes Bonnie out every day, morning and evening. I go out in the evening with Bonnie, with my wife, Jan. And I don't walk too much. I do find, I don't know what it is, but I do find as the day goes on, I do get really tired. But I'm not ready for a Bonnie. Bonnie's one of these dogs who likes to pull for the first 10 minutes. No matter what I say to her, pull her lead or whip her. She's still, but after about 10 minutes, she's fantastic. But I'm just not ready to walk the dog yet. I think I've still got it in my head. I'm just worried about falling over. I don't think I will. Sometimes I've got up in the night to go to the toilet and I've left my stick behind, and I wake. Later on I think, how does that stick get in the toilet, or vice versa? So that's good. But I have found that when I'm walking without the stick, I'm hobbling about. So I think I've got a long, no, not hopefully not a long way, but I've got a way to go yet. But I'm going out in the car more often. I mean, what did amaze me is the surgeons did say I can't drive the car. And I was talking to a guy the other day that's had the hip operation, and he's all by himself. So he had to virtually go to the hospital in the car, obviously park it up, have the operation. After a couple of days, he was out. He had to get back in the car, drive the car. So I suppose if you force yourself, you can do these things. But I think you also got to bear in mind you don't want to overdo it, because if you overdo it, you don't want to end up going back in. Because I've got to go back in a couple of weeks' time, end of this month anyway. I've got to go back to see the surgeon again to have some X-rays to see obviously how well the bone is settled in. I don't know, does it grow or whatever, fits into its metal slot thing. Sounds horrible. I mean, you know what, they give me a leaflet before even waiting to have the operation, and it's like a diagram of the hip that they put on. It's like a door handle. I ain't read it. I'm not even ready to read that. I think it's just telling you all about the operation. I can't read it. I don't like hospitals. But I think I will, in a couple of months' time, I'll just think, wow, I've gone through all that. Because I know a couple of people that watch this are obviously coming up for a hip operation, and they've been putting it off. Guys, I was the same. I just thought, honestly, my hip was going to get better. It wasn't. It was just getting worse and worse. I thought, especially coming here in Spain, it would just get better, but it doesn't. It just gets worse. And the surgeon said eventually I wouldn't be able to walk, which would have been even worse then. So it is difficult. I'm not going to say, I'll be honest, when I was on the operating table, I was shaking. And I'm not going to, say, I was like a hero, but I wasn't. Like a shivering wreck. But I was amazed once it was all done. Yeah, there's been times when, I've been in pain and there's a little bit of suffering. It's like anything, isn't it? But now I'm just so glad I've had it done. Unfortunately, I've got my other hip will need doing eventually, but I don't think it's going to be I think it'll be a few more years yet before that hip will start to need to be replaced. But at the moment, I'm glad I got it done. And I've got to thank Steve, who frog marched me down to the medical centre to start off the whole process of this. And to be honest, it took less than a year. Once we got it all rolling, the X-rays, going to see the surgeon and getting it all clarified and blood samples and all that sort of thing. Yeah, piece of cake, but not at the time. Anyway, I've just noticed the time now. I've waffled on a bit too much now. So what I'm going to do now, because it's Sunday, have a fantastic day, guys. Very much for popping in, as always. I'm just going to dry my fingers before I electrocute myself on the phone. Yeah. I mean, I will keep mentioning it every day, because I know there are a lot of people out there. Thank you much, guys. Most appreciated, as always. Thank you much for the support. Phil was said adios, so that's what it's going to be now. So, catch you tomorrow, probably about the same time if you're here, if you're about. Anyway, adios, amigos. Thank you much for popping in. Have a great day.